I want to try to do triangle braids. That should be dope. That'd be hard as fuck to do though. Hannah'd have a hard time.
No, there was a girl that Teddy was telling me about that it works at Headmasters. That actually does.
The Salala or whatever, fucking black chick.
No, she's not black. At first that I asked, I was like, was she black? No. I don't know why. Yeah. I was like, is she black? Because I want the full experience, man. I don't know if it's like, because everyone has their own way of doing hair.
There was this chick that came into Subway today. She was black. She had these blue braids, but they were dope as fuck. Triangle braids, just like I was talking about. And I asked her where she got them done. She was like, oh, I got these done in Carolina, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. We don't have anything like that here. Fucking bullshit.
Dude, yeah, when I was in Seattle, I was trying to get fucking, down at Pike's Place, they had 8 barbers, and they were all closed, and you had to get vaccinated to go in there, too, and I was like, oh, well, not even a COVID test. I had that, but nope.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I got a COVID test for that shit, but they were like, no, you gotta be vaccinated, because they're, like, right by you.
What's one show, let's say concert, that would make you get vaccinated?
Ooh.
What's one show you couldn't pass up? It was like cheap and you got hella good seats or something. You got an opportunity to get hella good seats. What's the artist behind that? What's that look like?
I don't know if there is one.
Now what's the vaccination, huh?
I was gonna say, because I went to Jack Harlow and I was able to get, show them a COVID test and they were fine with it. But yeah, some of them, like festivals, can't only be vaccinated. It's like,
I think if Beast goes through a festival, I'd probably fucking.
Oh, dude.
That'd be sick as fuck, yeah.
I would probably fucking get vaccinated.
Oh, everybody goes, dude. Flatbush, fucking underachievers.
Oh,
got a pro error. Ooh.
I'd probably get vaccinated just to see the underachievers because I'm like super late to being a fan of them, and they don't ever come over here anymore.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you ever heard shit right there, up there is my Beast Coast 2019 tour shirt. Actually,
what? You saw them as a fucking Escape from New York tour?
In Seattle? Oh my god, dude.
Damn, dude.
That was right before, like 6 months right before lockdown. I was like, blessed.
And that's when everybody in Beast Coast at the time was fucking murdering it. I remember that tape. That whole tape was fucking fire.
Dude, that Beast Coast, that whole front. I didn't know that was a sheet of acid until I started looking.
Me neither. Yeah, I seen it a bit. They actually had to fucking post like a picture on Facebook for me to like fully see it. I'm like, oh wow, that's fucking cool as shit.
Yo, welcome to Third Eye View. We are here today with our guest Joey Nieves. We also here with our host ZOM-B and then co-host Tyrone the Rapper. We're gonna get this cracking. We got an interview today. We're gonna cover some topics, go over some random stuff, talk about media, and then we'll just get it rolling. So let's start.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to real quick put a little clip of Joey's song that he has been trying to drop for a little bit, and just let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah.
I need change, so stuck up in my comfort zone. Try to focus, get my mind in order, but the way I'm living is uncomfortable. Fuck it though, cause I'm counting blessings. New day with a new direction. Hop in the booth, get my sound perfected. I'm back in motion like the weed I smoke, bitch. No, I ain't pick up the phone. Y'all should just leave me alone. Don't hit me up. I took a trip to the sky and I don't think I'm coming back home. Not anytime soon. They say I'm conceited, and that's something I need to change. But I think it's just an ingredient onto the formula that made me great, son. If I don't want it to happen, I don't speak it into existence. Yeah, I learned to love from a distance, cause this shit can change in an instant. But I still get up in my bag like I got no other options. I'm waking up and I'm rolling weak to see the bigger optic. Now
Doesn't matter what you make, bro. It's always fire.
Thanks, brother. Same to you, bro. I told this fool when he was showing me all the new shit. I'm like, God damn, bro. Tyree fucking just murders it.
He does, too. I was like, me and him were trying to, for the longest time, like, what does he like? He has like his own like flow.
And it's like his own style, completely lyrically, like and everything, bro. Like the way he performs, it's just fucking. It's just natural artist. I think, I think there's a big difference between rapper and artist, and I think you fucking fit the category of both hella. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that a
see,
lot.
yeah.
Salute.
Same with you.
No, for real, yeah. Just like we were talking about some of the rappers in the Valley, like rappers versus artists, just like what
Right.
you were saying.
Right.
Yep.
It's very different.
Yeah, that's a fact. No, that was hella good. I like that a lot. Different beat too. I like that you can throw a melody in there too, singing out too.
Yeah, no, I'm trying, man. Like I'm still flat and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah,
It
it's not
was-
bad. No, it's not flat. It's not bad at all.
it was something different that like I don't know. I was pretty upset with like how much I'd been writing just about the same thing, or I couldn't find any topics to write about. So it was just cool to fucking like actually just say what the fuck
Yeah,
was on
yeah.
my mind. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it actually turned out to be something that I
That's how it should
want to
be, though.
listen to. You know, like
That's it's not a diary, but rap it's an outlet. It's
therapeutic
a way
for
to-
sure,
yeah.
dude. Like
It's definitely poetry. That's like what it all started out as. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely
Yeah.
poetry.
Yeah, I
It's
agree
not
with
just
that.
always rapping about like getting your dick sucked and smoking or
No,
not
yeah.
sucking, smoking and popping Zans and shit. You know.
some of the best rap songs ever written are the ones that came straight from the fucking heart that like would just hit you right in the
Oh, yeah.
stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking type shit.
And I like to, I don't know, sometimes like when I get in a shitty mood, that's when I sometimes make some of the pretty good beats. Like that beat I showed you guys earlier, that was like when I was like pissed off or kind of just in a shitty mood, and I made
Yeah.
that. And I was actually not one of my best ones, but one of the best ones I made recently, because I've kind of been in a little bit of a slump recently.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
How long ago have you, did you make that, you said?
I wrote it. I think I wrote the first verse in March. I didn't want to show it to anybody, and I was actually gonna present it. I did present it to my crew NGS and asked if they wanted to feature on it because I had the hook. The hook was written already before. The first half of the hook was anyway. But I ended up finally just recording it in May, and my homeboy Manny C's fucking told me, he's like, man, I think you should just write the second verse on this and just make this your own. You know what I'm saying? So I recorded what I had and then just sat there and listened to it. I'm like, man, I really fucking like this. And so I came up with that second verse pretty quickly. And
Fuck yeah.
so,
yeah, it's easy to write. Yeah, you start vibing to something, it's so much easier to write to
Right,
it and just
right.
fucking get into it.
And getting any like positive reaction, I feel like. I know that's like sounds a little petty or whatever.
It's
but
like affirmation because you know that you like it, but yeah, at the
Yeah.
same time, you just want feedback from someone else to see a perspective. You know what I mean?
you can think it's dope all day, but like you never
Yeah.
really know
Yeah.
until you get like at least a couple of people's fucking perspective on shit, I
Yeah.
think.
I agree, and you always got that one person you show your shit to that you're like, all right, if they like it, then I think it's pretty good.
Right.
You
right.
know?
I started getting to that point too where I was like over critiquing myself way too much.
Yeah.
Like that's why I couldn't make something for a while. I was starting shit and I just couldn't finish it.
It's where it blocks like the creative process. Like
Yeah.
completely just block that fucking shit out.
Yeah, it's kind of like what he was telling me when we first started. It's kind of you can't really force it, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when you start
Nope.
kind of getting sick of it. Like really, and that's when you start hearing the shit that you start hearing nowadays, dude. Like all the God, like me and Justice were looking at some of the Lyrical Lemonade videos and like some of the ones he shot on his iPhone. I can't remember some of the rappers' names, but god damn, dude, what is some of this shit that's all? It's
Lil
not-
Yachty's one of them.
Well, I mean, yeah. I can't
Oh wait,
remember.
what are you talking about?
I can't
on the
remember
Lyrical
some of the
Lemon,
rap-
like the Cole Bennett videos.
Yeah,
like
like
back
most-
in 2016 and shit.
But most recently, like he's been like, cause I was starting to shoot all the
He
shit
just did
on
a
like
new
iPhone.
one.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah,
What?
he's starting to shoot his
He's
shit
got
on
like
iPhone.
4 of them now. Yeah.
Yeah, so
What?
he started to like show how creative he is. So he's doing it on an iPhone, like an iPhone. I can't remember what kind of iPhone it is, and then he's using all free apps.
Oh, is he
Huh.
using free apps? I
Free
didn't know
apps,
that. I
yeah.
thought he was doing. Wait, really? So
Yeah.
how's he doing all of his editing and shit? Because he's doing some pretty good fucking
Yeah, with some of those free
transitions
apps.
and
It's
shit.
like at the very end, he posts like all of the. He says like this is all shot in iPhone 10, 12, 13, and then he fucking puts like all this is all shot in free apps. And he has like a little picture of all the apps that uses like 10 or 12 of his apps.
He just did a new one.
That one, that one, dude. Yeet. Oh my god.
Is he doing it just to like be like, look, I can do this?
I guess. I don't know if he's a. I don't know, but I was talking about it in an earlier podcast. I was like, a lot of videographers are gonna get, or not videographers, but people are gonna get inspired to try to make music videos and shit now.
All
Well,
shot
it's gonna
on
become like saturated. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's gonna be just too many people that can make a.
Because like that doesn't look bad. That's like,
But it's probably super easy to throw together on a phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think like the beat. It's kind of like the beat making thing on your what's that shit called, GroovePad,
Oh,
where it already
Right,
has
yeah.
the melodies and shit.
Yeah.
You know. But that's tight though. I
Yeah.
respect to him. Fucking.
I know. I could. God,
Oh, yeah.
that's one thing that would be pretty cool is getting like videography and shit like that. But man, like even me just editing shit on iMovie, it pisses me the fuck off. So I couldn't be doing like 12, 13 different apps for one fucking project. Like, no, fuck that
I'm
shit.
solid. Yeah. Fuck.
No, like people like I don't know Adobe Creative Suite. That shit is like, you can edit shit down to like the fucking narrow like. Just the smallest second and all these different editing tools, and there's like 13 different windows you can have open up. And I did a free trial of that shit when I was first starting. And I was like, nah, fuck that, dude. iMovie's good enough. iMovie's good enough. Like
For real.
they have good enough shit in there.
Complicated as fuck.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do it, and I'm like, no, fuck that. I want to do it. I just don't want to get all fucking like, yeah, like
Frazzled.
yeah, dude, I'm like, yeah, that's why
Overwhelmed
there's
with
schooling
it,
and
fuck.
classes and shit for that shit, you know.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, I don't know. Like with beats, I guess you can learn that on your own easier than just like going out and fucking taking videos and trying to edit them on your own, like without knowing
Yeah.
much. That's just gonna be irritating as fuck. Depending on who you are, I guess that's not.
I don't think I got patience for shit like that. Honestly, like I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to do it bad enough to have the patience for it.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
and
I
be
agree
like
with
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
and pick through all that different shit, and I don't know. It just sounds fucking terrible.
But earlier before the podcast, we were talking a little bit about his crew NGS and what they got going on. Do you kind of want to tell everyone kind of what you guys got going on, what you can say? Because I don't know if you guys got certain things you just don't want to.
Yeah,
say just
yeah,
yet.
no, it's cool. We've been working on some shit for a while now. Fucking, we got songs all the way from probably July of 2020 that haven't been released, from different softwares, and we're just kind of compiling them right now and just waiting on the right moment. We got a music video coming and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
I expect to see some more singles. A lot of us are recording more singles. We got the group projects and shit going on, of course, but we're kind of branching off into doing like our own singles and some different styles and just shit like that. And
I got you. That's cool.
I was like,
Yeah.
God, what is his rap name? But Nehemiah, what is his rap name?
Neo.
Yeah, has he? Besides that one video you guys did, does he really have any other?
Neo's
small
yeah,
projects or
man.
anything?
Like Neo's actually coming up pretty fucking.
Dude, Neo
coming
can
up
spit, bro.
Neo's coming up. Neo's coming up hard. I've watched him transform a lot into being inspired. He's lived in the studio for a little bit.
Is he, he's doing the podcast and shit. Isn't he doing a podcast now? Or is he just going for lives on Facebook and stuff like that?
I think he's trying to do like a live podcast.
Yeah.
through
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook and
Yeah,
shit.
where he like makes beats and stuff like that. I've popped in all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's spitting freestyles on there and shit like that, which fucking is dope. And I don't know, with him, he's definitely been fucking stepping his shit up a lot. Like, as far as just writing more, he's always been a dope artist,
Yeah.
but like now he's actually just putting it to use.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of unreleased stuff coming too.
I remember freestyling with him at Marty's. We go down there and
Yeah.
me and Nehemiah, Marty would try to spit too. It was fire. That was good times.
Hell
dude.
yeah, hell yeah.
I wish I could. I mean, I have some classes coming up where it's like creative writing and some stuff like that. But I don't know. I've never been much of a rapper. I can never really get like a flow going. I could probably make hooks or like some bridges, like
Yeah.
quick little 4-bar verses probably. But like what I was saying with you before when he was trying to have me rap or like just help him. Because, this man spits like 1,000,000 miles an hour sometimes.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Fairly good.
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I was like, there was this one rap, I can't remember what it was. I think it was for that LCV beat that I just titled it. And it just went hard as fuck.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah.
writing like a book to this fucking
Is
thing.
that, I don't, has it been released?
No, it hasn't been
Yeah.
released.
Oh, yeah, we
haven't
didn't do it yet. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, it's the fastest
Dude, yeah.
fucking verse I've ever
it's
written.
Like,
Really?
It's like a
Yeah.
3-minute long beat, and he already has like fucking probably 100+ words
So many
in that
fucking
fucking
paragraphs
first
in that
half.
fucking dude. When you I guarantee you're the same way because you do a lot of wordplay. I guarantee you end up with the whole like few
Oh, yeah.
paragraph and some too because whenever I write I overwrite
Yep.
because I want to pick out the best
Yeah.
verses of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so by the end of it, you have like a whole page worth of words.
Yeah, see, I can't think that hard actually, bro. Like I write in a weird way to where I write so much, but I write in like I'll sometimes have the end of my verse done before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning. You know, like
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have like the last 2 bars done or something like that, and I'll
Before
be
you
like,
even have the hook or anything. figured
yeah,
out,
exactly. Like,
Well,
and,
because you know you like go through it, you're like freestyle it or something. in
and
your
you
head,
hear, yeah,
and
you hear it in your head, and you're like,
and
I
you're
want
like,
that there.
Yeah, I
though.
want.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask
exactly.
you
He's
that
taking part
too,
in-
kind of how
yeah.
that goes, because like a lot of the rappers make it seem like they just hear a beat and then they're like, boom, this is the fucking vibe that we're going with, and it's like I noticed that, but I also noticed a lot of people just hear a beat and then just start writing what comes to their mind, and then like with what they're writing, they make a vibe out of that, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like find the hook. That's kind of like what me and him did a lot. Like he would just like write just a verse, and then we would just kind of like pick what was a catchy hook, and then just fucking go for it.
Yeah,
you know?
something that went with the verse and stuff like
Yeah.
that, so it's relative
Yeah.
and shit like that.
It's all about what you're feeling and what you like feel like should be in what spot. That's most of it. Yeah.
Fuck,
It's
dude,
weird.
I can't do that wordplay shit. Like I would try. There was this one beat
Yeah.
that I tried, and it was just so slow. Like I think it was that one Halloween beat I wanted to try where it was like the girl vocal in the background.
Yeah.
But it was just such a slow beat that him and Justice were like, nah. And then I wrote to it, and it's just such a slow rap. It's just fucking like, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not rap. Like, and I can't sing either. I can't sing for shit. So that's kind of why I'm doing music production. So.
So when did you start rapping? Because I know you were rapping a lot and you were posting it on Facebook for a while, and then you fell out for a minute. You just and then you came back with it.
I'll get into it a little bit because it actually goes a little bit deeper than that. I knew I wanted to be a rapper when I used to learn like Tech 9 songs, and
Yeah.
I would go to parties for like, I would hung out with a bunch of older people at the time, and they'd put on these Tech 9 songs, be like, spit this shit,
Yeah.
and I remember I just remember that feeling, and I ended up getting sent to a rehab when I was 16 that my buddy had been to, and they had a recording studio there, and he recorded such a good song that he got like an invitation to the Grammys, like he got to meet Drake
Whoa,
and stuff
dude.
like that, yeah, like and I was like, so that was the rehab I picked. And of course, once I get there, and it's a big city. There's kids from everywhere, all over the place, hardcore motherfuckers up there rapping and shit. I'm just a little white boy in the studio for 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do this. And then the dudes pulled me aside and they're like, hey man, let's do a one-on-one. You're going to get you a beat and shit like that. I got a beat, and it was hands down the shittiest thing I've ever written. Even if I was able to find it and like have it, and I became famous someday, I would still never fucking show this song because it was that bad. But people liked it, and they were surprised that I could do it. Mm-hmm. And so the next song I wrote just took everybody by storm. I wrote a verse for someone else's song, and so. I got out of rehab. Anyway, I did like a whole album there. I went back
Damn,
That's dope as shit.
I went back 5 months later and recorded more songs because I got out and got on drugs. But in between that 5 months was the first time I used to sit there with my homeboys and we would just go through beats on YouTube with songs we liked. Chief Keef was really popping at the time, Tyga and Wiz Khalifa and shit like that. And I wrote a remix to I Don't Like, and that was the first thing I posted. And that's kind of what showed everybody that I rapped around here. There was so much hate at first, it's like white boy in Lewiston rapping, like what the fuck, but I didn't care, dude. I loved to do it and I thought I was good, and so I, obviously went through my shit with drugs, and I was posting videos for a while, and then I got off drugs, and it was so hard to write sober for so many years.
I bet, man. It's a different energy.
It was.
You gotta get used to it again. And
I just didn't have the craving for it. I don't know why, but and then I started hearing shit that was going on, and I don't know why that lit a spark under my ass. Would be like, dude, like, come on, like,
because you're a good artist, bro.
I was like,
you're
fuck, man, like,
you could do better than these fuckers.
I heard a lot of shit that was going on, and like, it wasn't even like that as much as I was like, damn, I just want to be doing this. Like these guys did what I always wanted to do. They're actually taking it to a studio. I was just doing Facebook videos. You know what I'm saying? Just pick a fucking beat that's already been used. And then in 2019, the music scene was kind of popping around here, and I was just lucky enough to.
You were rolling with Dak and a couple of Mallory, whatever, weren't you?
A little bit, yeah. I was rolling when I started. Dak was working with my cousin Ethan a lot. And Ethan E-Dog or whatever, he's not. I don't know if he's making too much music anymore, but that's who I started going over and recording with. He told me he had recording equipment, and I'm like, fuck it. So I went over there, and then Dak, actually, me and Dak had wanted to work together since 2015 because he was like the only other rapper at the time, and so he hit me up with a track and let me record my verse on it and shit, and then that kind of just built my name up from there. Like, I've gotten, a lot more better, I feel like, just in the time since 2019 to now, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I didn't at first listen to you, but it's like every time I discover artists that I like, because like you told me, like who you were and everything, I like went through all your fucking tracks. It was fucking.
Oh, fuck yeah, thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's usually like when I first, like Jack Harlow, like when I first liked him, everyone just fucking boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I like to see how they came up, like the change. I don't like people that just fucking listen to one or two songs. Like I like people that actually can see the change, the growth.
Even his old stuff on Facebook that you were just posting on Facebook, it was fucking good too.
Yeah, it was all right, man. It was I was fucking pretty proud of it.
And was that just like someone was just holding the camera, the beat was playing, you were just spitting?
Yeah, me and my homeboy's little brother, he was like one of my biggest fans, so he would always offer to do the recordings because he had a hella nice phone. And so what we would do is, it just depended on where we were, but most of the time it's just one phone recording and another phone sitting right by it, and we would sit there and record it a couple times to see how far away he should be from me.
Oh yeah.
But so the beat's always playing, we would find, and then fucking, we made it a whole elaborate little thing, just to try and it still sounded like shit, of course, but, it was.
At least you're trying.
I mean, for them,
Dude, yeah, we took it serious.
Probably filming that was like fun as fuck, I bet. Like in the moment, you're like, dude, this is fucking fire.
Especially when you knew you had something like hella good, or there was like the whole diss track thing that was going on. There was like back and forth. It was like a little fun thing and shit like that. And when you know you were just like about to roast the fuck out of somebody, like it was just the best. I don't know.
Oh shit, that's what it was. It was kind of a diss track.
There was like, of course, like once you start posting stuff, other people are gonna start posting stuff to talk shit back to you just to be like that, and that's kind of what. So it stemmed from that, and there was like certain little shit that happened, but no, I ended up getting in like this whole fucking thing when I was like 16 with someone, and like we just went back and forth posting videos, and then I finally, I not to sound cocky, but I still won the battle that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I fucking posted the last one and shut everything down, and that was actually that was tight, bro.
Dude, bro, like low key, you can make like a little mini documentary about your movie, bro.
Shit.
I mean, about your life, dude. Like,
it's not that interesting, but like you could, you know what I'm saying?
You could always, like fucking just add some stuff here and there, fucking, make it loosely based. There,
yeah, for sure.
I've always thought about like if someone made like a documentary or that came up from the valley or some shit like that. That'd be pretty.
That would be pretty cool. I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, I'd watch it too.
Because you know who it was.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you live here your whole life. You know who the fuck it was.
Who do you think the most famous person in the valley that came off from the valley is right now? Make a movie off of him.
Oh god.
Who?
It's probably David. Yeah.
I was about to say David. Yeah.
Or the Miami Dolphins football player.
Oh, he came out of the valley.
Jesse Davis?
No way.
Yeah, they thought he fucking like went to Soton.
Oh
I
shit.
don't know, good. I'm not positive.
Damn, fuck, if anyone knows who Jesse Davis is, I mean, I'm definitely gonna look him up. Fucking probably put an article in if that's true. That's fucking. I was gonna say the person I know that's closest in the NFL is from Riggins, and that's God, what's his name from on the Cowboys? He's a Cowboys linebacker.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Leighton Vander Esch.
I'm not a big Cowboys fan.
Oh yeah, I just knew about it because it was on like fucking like local TV. But yeah, he went to Riggins, then he went to Boise State, and then he got drafted to the Cowboys, starting linebacker for rookie year. Now he's fucking one of the best linebackers in the league.
That's dope. That's dope to see people make it out of smaller towns.
I know, for being like an hour away, like especially like a small ass town like Riggins, like. Even showed it too. It was like on like CNN or Fox News, some shit like that. It was like fucking or some sports center, and it was like from a town with a population of 323 people.
Yeah, but they don't say that he fucking moved out of that town before he got famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, that's like what I kind of came to.
That's probably why we don't ever see anybody from small towns blow up. Is probably because they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna give this up. I'm just gonna go rep like fucking like Seattle or something.
LA,
people around here probably just were like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to fucking Seattle.
They're like, they don't know what the fuck Clarkson's at, dude.
Like, yeah, that's kind of what I was like. Kind of like what I was telling him. Like with my whole schooling thing, I was looking for like jobs that are even in Spokane, and there ain't shit, bro. Or like, I mean, there is some stuff, but it's just like there's just not as much opportunity in this fucking side of the whole state of Washington as there's like other parts of the country or even Seattle itself. Like I don't know if you've ever been to Seattle.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, there's so much fucking like 13 different cities in that fucking area.
I fucking love it, dude. I love it. I would love to fucking at least try it for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Just living in Seattle, fucking
living in a city. Yeah, I know it's different. It'd definitely be different, but that's where I'm either that or Portland. But Portland, like we were saying, it's fucking gone a little downhill.
Which sucks because Portland used to fucking even. I went there the last time when I was like 14, 15, and of course there's the typical shit. It's always been a pretty popular homeless city. But fuck, I've just seen videos lately, and I can't even fucking.
Dude, I know, dude.
That's
like
like, damn.
It's really bad. Like fucking, a couple like I saw one thing where like the trash was blocking the highway at some point because like the homeless people just kept throwing their trash over the hill, so it was just blocking the highway. Yeah, because they have like fucking just communities on the hilltops and fucking like, like that little levee that's kind of by like Beach View. Like that, there's that levee that goes like behind people's houses. It's shit like that homeless people are just living on.
It was like turned into a Skid Row. It's like
it looks. That's kind of what the videos like remind. I mean, I'm sure it's just a bad street that they're showing.
Yeah, sure.
It's not all like that, but still,
don't get me
looks
wrong.
Fucking bad, bro.
Like there's a guy from work that moved from there recently, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, it's just so bad." Like he was playing basketball. I'm not gonna say who he was. I mean, I might talk to him at work about it, but yeah, he said he was playing basketball and he got stabbed in the head by a pair of scissors because he was wearing red. And there was a gang of blue people. It's not Crips or whatever, but like they were noticed something there, and they stabbed him in the fucking head with a pair of scissors because he was wearing blue playing basketball at a fucking a public basketball court.
Where the fuck did you get scissors?
And then the cops,
like we're not in jail. Like,
he said the cops got there, and they were all like, "Why'd you fuck us down?" And they were like, "Cause that motherfucker's wearing blue or red in the wrong area." And he's like, "Bro, I'm just wearing a motherfucking red Nike shirt, trying to play basketball with my friends."
What the fuck?
Like, don't get me wrong, he was also involved in shit, but that's not why he was there. He was just playing basketball, dude.
Damn.
But we're not in prison.
Dude.
That's crazy though. Yeah. Why would you have scissors though? Like,
yeah, like you should have a knife on you if you plan to stab somebody. I'm not just gonna walk around with these scissors. Like,
he said it was a pair of scissors. Like one piece was in his head. He was feeling it, and blood was coming down. And he said his fingers went through like the finger holes. Like he felt it. He was like, "There's a pair of fucking scissors in my head." Yeah. And then they pulled it out. Yeah, they had to like wrap it up and shit till the ambulance got there, and they pulled it out. And yeah, it was a rusty ass pair of scissors. He had to get a tetanus shot. All that shit.
What do you do at that point? Yeah, you just sit there and wait.
Yeah, no, literally. He said there was gushing down his face, and then like his friends took off their shirts and they wrapped it around his head because you don't want to pull out. I mean, I've always heard. It's always fucking back and forth in movies and like fucking documentaries and shit. You're not supposed to pull out a fucking knife, or else that shit gushes. Yeah, so that's what they didn't do is they fucking just wrapped it.
See, that's why we all need to move to the big city so we can just see this shit first.
Yeah,
we don't just gotta learn it from the movies.
Dude, exactly.
Let's go see it.
Let's go live it, dude. No, yeah, like Hannah's definitely a little nervous about moving there because of all that shit. Like,
yeah, for sure.
But I was like, dude, we're not gonna be living. We're not living in Seattle. I'm gonna be working in Seattle, but we're trying to live outside of Seattle. But like, anywhere you go, there's shit that happens. Like, literally, a guy is like sitting in a Stoughton County jail because he murdered his wife and shit like that in Stoughton. And it's like, bro, like, shit's everywhere. So
there's ways to play it safe too. It's not like you have to fucking walk around the dangerous parts and then it's not. I don't think people are
kind of
out
like
to get you like people think. I mean, there is obviously
movies are made like dude, like movies are made in a certain way to like show you like what could happen, but most people are just out there living their day-to-day life. You know, I'm pretty sure like
the few times I went to Seattle, the only like crazy shit I've ever seen happen was just like literally just it's always homeless shit, and every time I see people like interact with homeless people, they just walk by them. That's all. Like, you just don't gotta talk to them. Like that's it. They leave you alone.
I seen a guy pull a fucking gun on a cop one time on New Year's Eve in Seattle. That was fucking crazy. He was riding in his car yelling. He was obviously drunk and shit, but like he's just riding in his car and like he opened his door and he was like pretending like he was pushing it and he was just like barely cruising, just yelling at people. And fucking we're walking to go see fireworks by the Space Needle, and we fucking walk up. And sure as shit, dude, he had a double fucking barrel shotgun, like, pointed in his face, and the cop just drew back and fucking called for backup and shit like that. Like, out of nowhere. Yeah, like, we don't know what happened, how he got pulled over or nothing. All we seen was, like, this shotgun and shit, and people fucking started screaming. I was like, damn, dude.
Some people are like, this probably happens every fucking day.
We saw the cop shoot him, right?
Huh?
The cop shot him?
No, the cop didn't shoot him.
It's fucking. He's like, no, the cop didn't.
No, he just drew back on it. He just drew back on him and shit like that. And fucking, he just.
Did you get the fuck up out of there?
Yeah, we got the fuck up out of there. I'm a fucking white boy from Clarkson. I ain't involving myself.
I was gonna say, I probably wouldn't have known what happened either. I'd been like, hey, let's get the fuck out of here.
I was like 9. I didn't want to smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No.
I was like, fuck, I'd be watching from an alley or something, dude. I'd be like,
Videotaping
Yeah.
it, dude. Like, yeah.
fucking peep through a window, go into someone, to knock on someone's door, be like, yo, someone's got a gun, can I get in real quick? Like,
Some nasty shit that I saw in Seattle, though, at Pike's Place. There's a place called Bitch Biscuit, and they make fucking biscuits scratch. Like, you see them in there fucking tossing the biscuit, like, tossing the dough, making it from scratch. And they treat you like shit, too. It's like it's like their thing. So, like, you walk up, and they're like, here, motherfucker, here's your shit. And they, like, push it towards you. And I'm like,
I've seen that online.
I'm like, I fucking love this. This is awesome. And then this bitch hands me this hot coffee, and she's like, that's the best cup of coffee I ever fucking made. So you better enjoy it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm walking, and we go and sit like by this bus stop, and there's this homeless lady that's just like waiting for people to stop eating. There's this guy that's eating a cheeseburger, and he doesn't finish it, throws it in the trash, and this bitch dead ass jumps in that fucking trash can and grabs that cheeseburger and starts eating it right fucking next to us. And I'm like, and everyone's just sitting like waiting for the bus, like this is just normal. And I'm like,
Bro, but
I'm fucking.
I mean, it's still fresh at that point.
It was just
Hey,
like
if I'm in that situation, you know I'm grabbing that shit too.
Yeah.
Like, at least I
she
know.
was pretty homeless.
I
yeah.
know where it came from. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
as I was saying. That's probably dude. I was just gonna. Yeah, it's all about fucking in the situation.
No.
Just like you were saying. I'm like a white guy from Seattle, and I'm just sitting here like with my baby on my chest, and this lady's just fucking mowing on this
Everyone's
cheeseburger.
just chilling. You're looking back. You're
Literally.
looking back up.
There was this
Is
girl.
anybody seeing this?
There was this girl sitting there with headphones on, just right next to her, and the homeless lady's just eating this cheeseburger, and she's just. I'm like, wow. Dude.
He's like,
I saw this fucking guy in the middle of the street, and he was like laying down, not in the street, the sidewalk, and he was laying down like, looked like he was overdosing or something, and or like just drugged out, trying to grab people, and everyone was just walking around him, stepping over him, and I'm like, what the fuck?
you're like, I still stepped over him, but I was looking.
And people were just like, I'll fucking be there soon. And I'm like, oh my god, there's this fucking guy who's just like, help, and I'm like,
You gotta imagine that probably is normal though.
that's what I was gonna say. I just noticed that it's just such a different vibe there.
You kind of do. I feel like you do got to look out for yourself more. Probably living in a big city, like you get yourself involved in shit, and that's when the shit from the movies does happen. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
No,
saying?
like, just
that,
like you were saying earlier, you don't walk around certain parts. Like my sister, when we were there for Jack Harlow, we were there for 3 days, and each night we went out. And the only reason why we went out was just to walk around and shit. And it was always like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And it's always there. That whole city's live all fucking night long. And we go there, and dude, yeah, there was some weird shit happening. Like me and my sister walked by some shit, and there was like these 3 guys like walking this door, and there was another guy like sleeping in front of him. And they were just fucking staring at us the entire time. And I was like, "What's up?" Nothing. They didn't say shit, and I'm like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Turn around the corner. There's this guy sharpening. There's this homeless guy sharpening some shit on the ground. All you hear is shh, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck's going on, dude? We need to get the fuck out of here.
It's like a movie out of Greece or something.
Yeah, dude. And then Ashley's all like, oh my god, I love this right now. This is amazing. I'm like, we need to get the fuck out of here. And I was like, nah, fuck that shit.
I ain't fucking with it.
No.
Yeah, it'd be sketch.
But then, like, even I'd like walk in front of somebody, you know, I'd be like, oh, excuse me. They just keep walking. They like look at me like, yeah, you're from out of town. And I'm like, oh, I guess you just don't talk to nobody.
It's even getting weird here. Fucking say shit like "thank you." Around here, people are like, "What?" Like, dude, it's common courtesy.
Excuse the fuck out of me,
Yeah,
bro.
like,
Like, come
get a thank
on.
you, fuck.
Cocksuckers, dude.
All right, I have been wanting to ask you guys this question because I did think about this earlier. What is the first rapper or like rap song that you ever remember listening to? Mine, Soulja Boy.
Really?
Dead ass, yeah. Because I was like 6 when that shit came out, and I was listening to like rock and stuff before that. Yeah, and as soon as I saw Soulja Boy with them glasses, and he's like, "Yo!" and then I heard that beat drop. I'm like, "What the fuck kind of shit is this, dude?" And that's when I discovered rap.
Yes, like around probably the same time. I started getting head when I started actually like listening to rap. I started listening to Mac Miller and like Kendrick and fucking 50 Schoolboy Q. I like that a lot.
How old are you guys?
I'm 22. I graduated in 17.
You're 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes, yeah, I get you. My first rap song I remember listening to is probably "So Fresh, So Clean" by fucking Outkast.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my mom and dad had that fucking Stankonia album, and I liked that song and Miss Jackson and shit.
Didn't your dad make music too, wasn't it? Or he was involved in the music scene kind of?
Yeah, no, he does like, I don't even know what to call it, but he does plays guitar and sings and shit like that. He had a band called the Night Sons. He's been in a couple bands around here. He used to actually rap back fucking
Yeah, I remember.
back in the day, like back in like 92, 93.
I remember talking to him one time after a show, one of our shows. And he was just super dope. Yeah, he's talking about what he used to do, play guitar, blah, blah, blah. He said he used to record a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hella dope.
Yeah, he did some shows. I think the last show he did was like 2014 and shit. But I mean, I work with him every day, and I know he's still writing music and shit like that.
Damn, that's dope.
It's just about getting it recorded and
It's
finishing
in the blood, bro. It's in the blood.
Yeah, so
It's in the blood.
It's in the bloodline.
is that why you were like kind of more into music, wanted to make music kind of a little bit?
I think so. I don't know.
You seen that it was
Pretty
possible.
heavily influenced, yeah.
I just both of my parents listened to really good music. I think that I was pretty blessed with parents who had good music taste. So I just I started, I think I got Dr. Dre's first album when I was 8, The Chronic.
Ooh,
And
shit.
I fucking wore that fucking CD out. 8 years old too. Like
you were a
I'm
music head from birth.
Oh yeah, dude. I liked metal for a while. I feel like you go through a metal phase.
Yeah,
a
everyone
little
was
bit.
like a classic rock or like a hard rock or fucking,
Mine went from
metal,
like heavy metal to fucking slowly into death metal and then back into rap. It was a cool transition for
my
sure.
shit. I went from listening to Volbeat and Kiss to fucking. Then I heard I guess when I was young, that's the first rap song I ever listened to. But then my parents would always fucking play Nelly all the time. Nelly in the car, Hot in Here, Hot in Here, fucking Batter Up, fucking all those songs was what I grew up on. And then Flatbush and Joey Badass is what really when I was 8th grade is what really got me into. I was I was a different kind of rap. It wasn't the same shit that you always hear. Everyone who listened to 50 Cent and all that other shit, but kind of it almost was the same type of thing all the time for a little bit, and then everyone was kind of trying to be the same rapper, and then those guys came with the underground acid rap, kind of trippy rap that some people just didn't fuck with, and that's kind of what I liked about it. It was you listen to that in front of some people, and they're like I've literally played some Flatbush songs in the back room at Walmart, and people walk by, they're like, "What the fuck?"
They're iconic, dude. They got some fucking Michi.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Michi's spitting a verse, they're probably
they're like, yo.
Because I won't even lie, dude. The first Flatbush song I ever heard was the one they were on with ASAP, Bath Salts, and I fucking did not like it. It just wasn't
That's
for me.
kind of where a lot of people found them from, was that song too.
And I judged the fuck out of them. I was like, I don't like that. And then I heard Palm Trees. I didn't like that one either, surprisingly, which is crazy. Yeah, it's not really my favorite song. And I remember there was a couple kids even talking shit to me. They're like, bro, how are you gonna say anything about the Flatbush Zombies? They're the only actual good rap. I was like, man, shut up, whatever. And then I heard fucking Bounce. And that was what changed it for me. I fucking listened to that song. I just listened to that song over and over and over again and started listening to all their music after that.
I think the first one I listened to was Mraz.
Mraz.
I just found that 2 years ago. Bro. That's fire.
My very first, I was my homie Don. We were skipping class too. We went to his house. We were smoking, and he always just put on music all the time just for us to listen to. And he put on the fucking music video to Mraz, and I see them just I'm like, what is this we're watching? He's like, just watch. And he's just Juice walking through the supermarket getting juice.
Getting the orange
And then
juice.
he fucking goes and he sees bloop, 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 and then they take acid and then they fucking hear the beat drop. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is this, dude? My favorite song for the longest time was Trade Off. I liked Work Hard, Play Hard.
Dude, that's funny. Justice just showed me that song. I fucking was driving around with Justice fucking the other day. I picked him up and he's like, I was playing some Flatbush. He's like, let me see your phone. I was like, okay, and he played that song, and I'd heard it before because I've listened to all their albums, but I fucking had never listened to it like that. That's a fire ass song.
Yeah, it's definitely a different take.
How all the whole beat switches for each verse. I noticed. I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
I didn't notice that.
They all kind of try to keep the same flow, but the beat switched a little bit too. Yeah, they all kind of work hard, play hard, and then they fucking just went in.
I just got a blowjob.
Yeah. 2 freaks, 1 meat. That's an even trade off.
That was fire too.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, no, I treat Meech I don't really know what else to compare him to, but Meech specifically, for anyone that doesn't know, that's that motherfucker right there. Iconic. But Meechy kind of to me is a new old dirty bastard, just the way he sounds. He's just so unique. I wouldn't say the same artist wise, but you just hear him and you're people just know who the fuck he is.
No,
you hear old dirty bastard, you're like, yeah,
for sure. He's got that that just style to him,
Yeah,
that
just raspy
rugged
voice,
fucking
dude.
shit.
Even live, like I've seen him live twice, and it sounds the exact. That's probably because there's been a few shows I went to. These fucking people do not sound the same live, like at
No,
all.
yeah, I
for
hear you.
sure. Flatbush was by far the closest to like literally just sounding the exact same as they do like on their
That's
fucking
pretty
shit.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
like
pretty
Nietzsche
dope.
comes out, dude, and I'm like, oh my god, like I was sitting there too. It was like my first concert. I'm like, these fuckers better not disappoint me. Like my first concert experience. Coming out sound like shit. No, like they like you know how like you said like their tracks play in the background.
Yeah.
They just play instrumentals.
That's
I was
what
just gonna
I
ask.
like. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I understand having like a hook or something in the background, but like
Yeah.
do your shit live. That's
They
what
would
the fans want.
they would only play like their features. Like they say like a feature was in a song, they play that feature real fast while everyone's fucking going, and then they cut it, and then you see because like there'd be a couple times you hear them fuck up like they're because they're drunk and shit, and fuck up, and you wouldn't hear anything in the background.
Yeah.
And then Juice is like, ha, my bad, and then fucking goes in, yeah, and like. I didn't go to the first concert. I wanted to see my parents were my parents didn't heavily influence me in rap, but then once they started hearing me listen to like that kind of rap, they were like concerned. They were like, "Oh my god, my son's doing drugs," which I was, but they're like they thought I was doing like acid and cocaine and all this shit. And I'm only like 16, and there was a 420 concert in Spokane, and it was just Flatbush that went, and all my friends went, and I couldn't go because my parents were like, "No, hell no, we ain't going." Apparently, they had a bong on stage, and they were lighting fucking dabs the entire time they were up there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
so
dope.
when Juice and fucking Eric didn't have a part, they were sitting there lighting dabs and shit. Yeah, you can hear them coughing and stuff like that. Yeah,
Bro.
Fire.
I'm like, dude, that's so dope.
That's what I want to do, dude.
Dude, yeah.
When so Tristan and Too High Club, they were talking about when who was it? Afro Man was it that came into town?
Oh yeah, for man came.
Damn.
Yeah, they're saying they were just backstage smoking with him the whole time, just smoking joints.
I heard that show was
Should be
like
crazy.
really bad. Like
Was it?
really bad. I mean,
I don't know about it.
everyone was like, because Afro Man's kind of old, so. But like, yeah, same thing. Like I heard that he played.
show was bad.
Shit.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I like
Good
Afro
morning,
Man, though.
ladies.
Yeah, he
that's
comes
what
out
it
and all good morning.
You know, they haven't done because they had the last Springfest they had at Pullman. I don't know if you guys know Springfest, but they had Macklemore.
No shit.
Yeah, and then COVID hit, and then they haven't had a Springfest there since.
What happened to Macklemore? I haven't seen him forever.
I don't know where he began. I don't know.
When I was
I'm not as huge as fan.
Dude, no, the first song I heard was Thrift Shop, and I was like,
everywhere.
I'm kind of like, I don't like to hop on trends, like, so like when everyone was fucking, everybody in my school was bumping Thrift Shop, like Thrift Shop, Thrift Shop, Thrift Shop. I was sitting there like, this is the shittiest fucking song I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Shittiest song I've ever heard in my life. And then he started actually rapping and getting more like melodic with some of his shit, and that's what I liked about it. But yeah, no, he's definitely fallen off hardcore. Like,
I never really got onto him in the first place.
there was like 3 or 4 songs I liked, maybe. I just liked how he was from Washington, so like a lot of his videos were in Seattle and Spokane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like a lot of his videos he does in Spokane too, in Seattle. I was trying to find out where he fucking lived in Seattle. Like I know what street he lived on. We were driving by some nice houses in Seattle. Yeah, we couldn't figure it out. It just shows what neighborhood he lives in Seattle, which is kind of sketch. Like you literally look up Macklemore and then it, like Seattle home, and it just says he lives in Capitol Hill, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a little sketch. Capitol Hill is like 30 streets though, so it'd be hard as fuck to narrow it down. But like if you really
that's
wanted,
weird.
yeah, it's a little weird how it tells you like almost what area, like what borough of the city you live in.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like, kind of like what happened to Pop Smoke. I wouldn't, like, ever since that shit happened, I've been, like, I'm not, like, at that point, obviously, but, like, that's just sketch, like, how that shit can just happen. He, like, just posted one picture of, like, his address by accident and then fucking dies. You guys know that that's how he died?
I had no fucking idea. I thought it was some.
No,
gang
like, so
shit.
he was getting presents from, like, fans, and, like, he was, like, posting, he was like, oh, what's up? And one of them, he posted, like, he had a bill in his hand, too, behind it, and it literally just showed, like, just his, like, fucking the street that he lived on, and then they were able to find him from there, and then I guess he got shot a few hours later. So they went, so like people knew where he lived, and then they went there and killed him. Yeah.
He's probably beefing with some people.
Oh yeah, for sure, especially like that. Yeah. So that's why like once I saw that, I was like, wow, dude, no wonder people get sketched too. Like I've seen an interview with Jack where he accidentally told somebody what studio he was in Atlanta, and he dead ass stopped the interview. He was like, all right, yeah, I kind of fucked up. We all need to go. My security's telling me that we need to go. So they stopped. Yeah, he was. So there he was.
Such a sketchy life.
Yeah, he was like, hey man, so like, where are you at? Like, you're in Atlanta, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, so am I, dude. When you get together, he was like, and then the guy told him where he's at, like what studio he's at, and then Jack was like, yeah, I'm at I can't remember what studio he said. He's like, I'm in studio, yada yada yada. Even told him like what studio, like in the studio he was in, and then a few minutes later he was like, yeah, my studio, like my security's told me that we gotta like get up out of here right now, so you know we're about
I'd
that
imagine
too.
blowing up in your city and then you like can't go back because people would kill you. Like that'd be some crazy shit,
Dude, yeah, people beef like
Like
so
all the work I
envious.
put in.
Yeah.
So envious as fuck, dude.
It's almost not worth it.
No. No. See, I know. That's what I've always thought about too. Is like, is it worth it to get famous? Because then, like, once you're famous, you have no fucking privacy. You got no rights. You got no fucking.
Nothing.
Yeah, you
you're
can't do
just
shit.
fucking. Oh,
I think it was the day after me and him went to the gym one time. We talked about that. How like we wouldn't just be able to go to the gym like that. We'd have to like call them and be like,
You'd
all
have to
right, we
make
need
your own
3
fucking
hours.
gym,
We need,
dude.
Well,
yeah.
you'd have a nice enough house that had a gym. I'm
Oh
sure,
yeah,
you
that
know
is
what I'm
true.
saying?
You
Or
wouldn't be
like
going to like Snap
a little
Fitness.
gym room.
Yeah,
But you would still miss doing shit like that. I'm sure, you know, like fucking.
Fuck yeah.
that's why like people like Michael Jackson fucking dress like a woman just to go out in public, bro. I mean, also because he gets some weird shit, but like people do that. They just fucking like put on like fake beards and shit and go in public and they act like all the time in Hollywood. I find out all this random
I
shit
would,
through
fuck.
like YouTube and shit like that. Yeah, just like,
YouTube's a fucking resourceful place, bro.
Dude,
You
bro,
use
like,
it
you-
right. It's resourceful.
oh yeah, dude. I find out so much random shit. I'm finding out like news facts and then like about music facts and then it's a random shit. Like the top 10 actors that walk around like the streets of Hollywood and then it's fucking like Ben Affleck does it and fucking like Matt Damon used to do it. They just like put on a disguise and go out to like the store and stuff and I'm like,
That's fucking dope.
yeah.
That'd be weird.
Because you don't just want to sit in your house all day. Home, studio, home, studio, home, studio, home, studio. Like that would be fucking,
That's what Hobson does.
yeah. That's true.
I like Hobson. I got into Hobson for a fat minute.
Hobson won't even let anybody in the fucking. He records everything in his house, and no one's allowed in the room while he's doing anything.
Damn.
Like making the beat, fucking mixing it and shit like that. You know, I just found out like that a lot of his albums and shit were all mixed, mastered, and the beats and shit were made by him as well as all the lyrics are written. Like
Damn, really?
that made me have a hell of a big respect for him. I'm like, what?
I found that out
Yeah.
about how Gunna makes it his own beats. Like he's literally like apparently he sits there and he like sings into his like he like raps as he's making the beat, stuff like that. It's just like
There's a lot of artists that do that. It's
being
weird
able
to me.
just to fucking being able just to like come up with a hook in your head like just some weed and you're just like
I don't know how people
God.
do. I don't know how people do that where they write and then build a beat around it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
seems like a
no.
fucking pain in the ass. I
Dude.
don't know.
I mean, I could kind of see like you come up with because you think of a verse and you kind of got a beat that you're like have, you know what I mean?
Like,
So you
if
could like
you like rap it a certain way, if you're like
Yeah.
like I guess like have you ever seen
Kinda, it'd be
Hustle
hard
and
as
Flow?
fuck.
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, I've seen that song flow.
Yeah, like where they made the beat based off like what he wrote. That's probably the only time I've ever seen that was in a movie. But that's also
Right,
like,
right.
true
That's
story.
a good. Well, that's how a lot of like Jay-Z shit was recorded and shit like
Damn.
that. Fucking Jay-Z just had
some shit written.
Just
and
went in
fucking-
there. He didn't even write nothing. He just went in there with fucking
Freestyle
clips,
shit.
bro.
Dude,
Well, him and Kanye wouldn't freestyle. What they do is they sit there and take for take and take for take and take for take
Oh,
shit
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like he'd play the beat. Like Kanye's first 4 albums, nothing was written. He said like he just sat there after the beat would play, or sometimes they wouldn't even have a beat and they just sit there and
Imagine.
spit lyrics. Like that's crazy, dude.
It'd probably take like 2 days a song.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I just don't know how you get it to flow together well enough doing take
Yeah.
after take like that. I mean, I get how you could write like that, but wouldn't you want to just record the whole thing after you had it figured out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And by that time, you might as well have just wrote.
Yeah.
Like,
You
they
know
show
what
it
I'm
where
saying?
like they say like they like show them like recording the same hook over and over and over again until they just get it just right. It's like I
Yeah.
don't know. Is that how you think it is? Like, do you think that like in Hollywood, LA, Atlanta, whatever, they ever like rap the full fucking song just through and through, or they just section that bitch off like, all right, you do the verse, you do the chorus, you do your bridge, and then we're just gonna put it all together, whichever one is best.
I think it just depends on the artist, honestly, because some artists, they do have like a fucking monotone kind of style of rap, and it'll be like
Yeah.
the same velocity. It won't be too much louder than the chorus. It won't be too, you know what I mean? It'd be like kind of like the same flow. So I'm sure you could record it in that way, but then I'm sure they do chop it up either way and fucking mix chorus and then mix the fucking verse and then, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah, either way, I'm sure they chop it up at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just whatever artist. There's a lot of weird artists out there that are not weird art, but ways that some people record is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Bro,
dude.
some people like are just spoiled as fuck. Like you could go in there and not flow your shit. Like you don't have to like take it perfectly or anything like that. Which I get cut-ins and stuff, but some people cut word for word sometimes, like type shit. So
No,
I think
yeah.
people are just like spoiled by some of those big studios sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I
I would
agree,
love to
dude.
record in one. Don't get me wrong, but like
That's probably why it takes like fucking forever for these people to drop shit. Is because they're sitting there just critiquing like
right.
God, every single little thing. I mean, but I guess that's why some of them, are as good as they are. But
Makes the producer
goddamn.
money.
Yeah, but it's like fuck. I know I was gonna say like just like you were saying, it probably takes Kanye 2 days to record that bitch, but then that producer's in there probably for months, just sitting there like
That engineers just sitting
Yeah.
there
tweaking
fucking with
forever.
it. Dude.
Yeah, because you could just there's like I'm not that experienced in it, but like I've already figured out that you can never just get a song as perfect. You can just keep tweaking forever, ever. You can over tweak, under
Yup.
tweak. Yeah, but there's
There comes a certain point where you're like, okay, it's time to move on to the
Yeah, it's
next
kinda-
song and be
it's-
better than
yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah.
Sometimes I get fucking stir crazy hearing the same beat over and over again while you're working on it. Oh
Right,
shit, dude.
right.
How do you record? When you go in?
What do you mean?
You just like spit chorus, and then you go spit the verse, and then you spit. Or do you
No,
just like
I
to
You
spit
try
the
to
whole
do it in
thing?
one take.
No, I've never ever one take the whole
One time.
Yeah,
song.
no, I
You've
think
done
I-
that?
No.
Big dreams, you did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, remember?
Do you like how to
No.
hook for it and shit, and like you
Yeah.
spit the hook twice, like in the same?
No, he fucking so big dreams like you went in and you spit the whole fucking thing and then we went in and did his like
Oh, the doubles and shit.
like
Oh,
that.
I guess.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Because there was no part in that song where he breathed at all. Like there was no like he literally like I mean
He
I-
just
I-
spit.
he
Yeah,
breathed.
that was the one.
That
that
whole
just spit.
our very first song he just
Okay.
went in the entire time.
Yeah, that's
all
how
the way
Joey
to the-
spits too. I remember recording with you one time when we did that one song. I don't even remember the name of it. It was your old song, Cutthroat. No, it wasn't fucking Cutthroat.
no,
it was a
it wasn't
fucking
Cutthroat.
No turning back.
Turning Back. Yeah.
No
yeah.
Turning Back, hell
No
yeah.
Turning Back. Forgot about.
No, I fucking.
I should have spit in that. I just fucking sang the whole time.
I know that's what sucked. It's like after that, Logan was just trying to like kind of ride off a Tyree feature. I'm like, bro, no, like he's featured on that, but like we've been talking about spitting together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fucking. But
Shit, I tried getting a song with Joey. Tried getting a song with Dak. Shit was hard back then.
you and
Start
Dak made a
grinding.
fire ass track. I remember not. You and Dak didn't.
No, we were going to. I had
always
one that
thought
was set up. It
thought
was
they did
fucking.
too.
I had one that was set up. It was fire. It was one of my best what is it, like fucking rage type songs. You know what I'm saying? And I sent it to Dak, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll get it done." And then like 2 weeks later, and then like 3 weeks later, and then he's like, "Yeah, I just can't do it." I was like, "Bro," I'm like, no disrespect, because I love Dak. But
Yeah.
I
But
was
sometimes,
just
just
damn.
like when you're feeling it, like you were saying, you're like that you like.
Yeah, I was like, I know this is
Right.
gonna be good. You know what I mean? I was
It's all
like,
about
"Oh,
that creative
shit."
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Being on the same page, yeah. Obviously, he didn't feel it like you were, which sucks. But all right, I think we've been going pretty long now. But there is one topic that I did want to cover because it kind of blew my fucking mind.
What's that?
Who would ever expect people to get shot at a Justin Bieber party? Especially my man. I mean, not my man, but Kodak Black. I mean,
Man,
this is
bro.
like the fourth time. This is like the fourth time that we've discussed Kodak on like the fifth. This is like the sixth episode now. Like Kodak is in every goddamn podcast pretty much. Like, man, stay out of the news.
He keeps popping up and doing weird ass shit.
The man's on podcasts doing drugs and rehab in prison, fucking like getting
It's
shot.
almost like it's planned. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's like, man, I don't really got a hot song this month. I better go get shot or something. And that's just what it came to. You know, it like just came to getting shot that time. He's like, well, fuck. You know.
I mean, it's kind of like what you're saying. Like, where the fuck was security? I mean, it's kind of a shitty video, but like, I didn't see no security.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Well, I think there was security there, but they were just getting
Getting mad or
security got
something.
shot too or some shit. There was 3 other people that got shot.
Or if it was planned and the fucking guy's like, hey, yo, go distract his security with some
But the
with some
fact that
girls.
it's at Justin Bieber's house and it's a celebrity party and there's like other celebrities there, there's no way there's not fucking security. Like,
what if Justin Bieber did it?
Justin Bieber unloaded
Think about
on
that
him,
for a
bro.
second, bro. You don't even think.
Justin
about
Bieber
that.
invites him there to shoot him.
He didn't
Damn.
want him there. He just showed up.
God.
Fucking boots his ass,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I wonder what it's like. So, like, like getting into a concert, you get patted down, you fucking, or maybe you go through like the metal detector. Is that what you think it's like going to a celebrity party? They got someone that's like, all right,
Probably.
I would
how the
think so.
fuck did that guy get in there with a gun?
If I was a celebrity, I wouldn't want. Yeah, I'd be making sure who the fuck comes in and out of my house. What's
Exactly.
going on?
That's what I was saying. Like,
You
how
gotta
did
be on
somebody
the
get in there
checklist.
with a
Yeah.
gun? That's like when I saw that man, he just pulled it out of his fucking hip and then shot
Yeah,
him.
that
Like,
is pretty crazy.
it is pretty sus, But I ain't trying to incriminate, Justin Bieber, but man, like he
Not
also hasn't been in the
everyone's
news for a while
perfect,
either. It's all a publicity thing.
It's all for it's all.
Because I think that just happened a few days ago. You said so. I don't know what else has been talked about it, but my take on it is I don't know.
I think it's pretty crazy.
Now talking about it, it's a little weird how like unless I'm wrong and celebrities, you just walk into a celebrity's house, you're like, oh hey, what's up Kodak? Hey, what's up Drake? Like there's not a person there that like takes your coat or like
I guess, but like.
Is it just like a party like ours? We're all sitting outside playing beer pong and everyone shows up? Like, I don't know.
Fuck, I feel like I'd be kind of like uncomfortable. Like, it'd make me comfortable, but I feel like if I was famous, I feel like I'd be uncomfortable with just some random security guard just living in my house, kind of just waiting at all times, But like, that would just be like, I'm like, that's just like a whole different energy up in your crib.
I was just thinking, I'd low-key be uncomfortable being in front of all those other celebrities. Because not everybody there is friends. Like, and all those different personalities, they're all creative, different personalities. Like, I would go, but like,
it would make me question what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, it was like same being as a rapper too. Not everyone likes your music or likes who you are as a person, especially Kodak. Like the shit that he's in, like
Dude, I'd be like, fuck, all these celebrities are in my fucking house. That's what I'd be looking at it.
Oh yeah, So would you ever throw like? Would you be the one that would go to celebrity parties, or would you guys throw them? Like
I don't party, so
at your house. Oh, you can't tell me if you made it. Kind of had a bag and had a mansion. You wouldn't. You were like a little famous. I'm not saying like Drake status, but you were getting invited to parties. Would you go?
Nah, I'd chill with Snoop and smoke.
You'd be
some
like
shit like that.
You would like
burner, dude.
You DM like Snoop and be like, hey man, let's just come chill, smoke. Like yeah. You wouldn't be like fucking every A-list celebrity coming to my house.
I'd probably hit up like people like Benny Blanco, shit like that, dude. Goofy ass motherfuckers.
Bro, I'd hate to be the host.
Yeah,
I'd hate to be the host. I'd be a fucking guest any day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
too much to stress out about.
Like I would fucking get overwhelmed fucking throwing a party for that many like not just loving people but like celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like. Fuck.
And like that shit's in the paper, just like everyone's like, oh my god, look at Kelly Clarkson's party. It was a bummer, So like, you throw a shitty party, everyone's like, yeah, it's pretty.
Ain't no shit. Like they got like group chats in Hollywood. Like, yeah, we ain't going to fucking Kelly.
Kelly's out.
Fucking bitch forgot the hors d'oeuvres or some shit like that. Like.
This shouldn't have oysters there. Like fuck, dude, man. Yeah, no, that was in there in the news really. And then I guess the baby. That video was funny. Beating the shit out of fucking God, what's her name?
Danileigh.
Yeah, Danileigh's brother.
Danileigh's
when you said that they were slipping, I thought it was because like I saw beer fly. No, they're literally on the fucking lanes. It looked like a cartoon. They're trying to run and hit him, dude. And then the baby just fucking figures out how to get his footing, and then he's just trying to cranium that motherfucker, dude. Just throwing his head into the goddamn lanes, dude.
Was that the baby that was tossing his ass?
Yeah.
The baby, yeah. Well, I mean, security was there too.
Yeah, security was there too. But like when he threw his head like into the
and
lane,
he was still connecting with like he was like trying to like fucking like connect with him while he was slipping. Yeah. It was fucking cool. Bro.
And then his security guard's bathroom trying to like get up to like, and they're all fucking slipping, dude. They're like, fuck.
So if you guys are rich, or let's say hypothetically you guys are rich and famous rappers, are you gonna either pay the fine to beat someone's ass if they fucking press you like that, or are you just gonna have security do it? What'd you do?
Because especially with the social media thing, it's such a fucking double-edged sword. But I would say I would definitely pay the fine because if you've always seen this things where people are like, oh, his security beat him up, but is this guy really a bitch? They can't fight his own fights, No, I would definitely like.
Shit, you're gonna have A1 lawyers. You're gonna fuck.
Yeah, but you also face the risk of getting beat up on camera too. Though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, motherfucker, and then this dude just straight whops you.
That's why your security's still there, though. Like,
just in case you start getting your ass whooped, boom, 8 guys start beating the fuck out of him.
You never know when somebody pulls out brass knuckles or some shit. Yeah, I'd pop out real quick and have my security hop in, tase them, dude. And then I'd pop back in and turn the camera back on, dude. I'm just kidding.
They're like, what the fuck happened there?
He's like, wait, cut. Let's get that again. Let's get that again.
TMZ's gonna be all over this shit. We gotta make this
run it back.
Like a motherfucker, dude.
They're like, all right, we gotta fucking grease the fucking alleyways or the fucking lanes for all of them. God, dude, because that shit was funny as fuck when I saw it get taken out to the lanes, dude, and they were just sitting there like everyone's slipping as fuck.
It's fucked up a few people.
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't think I could ever get mad enough to where I could just be like, all right, let's just make it onto some level floor here and let's just handle this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, let's just not. Have you ever slipped on one of those?
Oh yeah.
It fucking hurts.
No,
dude.
like especially like when I was a kid trying to go up there and fucking, I would fall my ass all the time, and I'd be like, oh my god, dude.
I fucking smacked my head on one when I was a little
Ooh.
kid because I fucking just took one step too far and just whoop. Dude, like my whole feet flew on that
Dude,
motherfucker.
it's so greasy.
Oof.
It's like it's ridiculous, bro. Like you literally just one little step and you're fucking. That's
All
what
their clothes got ruined.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
that
that's why
night,
I'm
too.
surprised that fucking Dababy was like able to stand up as much as he and still throw that motherfucker around, dude. Like he was handling himself while that guy's just like.
For real, bro.
But no, definitely, yeah, I would definitely pay the fine. Especially like in the say in the NFL, they say you can't celebrate or you're gonna get fined. Fuck you, like.
Yeah, cussing and shit on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I'd
like,
pay the fine.
I'm paying
or
the
like how
fucking
like
fine.
you can't throw the ball in the fucking goal because it's like taunting. I'll pay the fucking fine. You know, once it gets
Maybe like Kevin Hart and everybody who goes to NBA games and shit and just starts fucking
acting a
fucking
fool
with
down there.
LeBron
Oh yeah,
and like
yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
No, dude, like some of them celebrities dead ass like put their feet out too sometimes to trip them, and I'm like, fuck, dude, they get savage with it, bro.
fun shit to do.
But all right, I think that's probably about as long as we'll go. You guys got to hear from our main man Joey. Thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Of course, shout out
Appreciate it.
Third Eye Sharp for having me on. Fucking appreciate it. Shout out NGS. Look it up on YouTube.
Shout out NGS.
I'll make sure I have a link down below to NGS and all their shit. For a while, last video I thought Joey had his own YouTube channel, but he doesn't. So all of Joey's music is on NGS's YouTube channel. So
Next
make sure you check it
Generation
out.
Studios. Yeah.
No,
Check
dead
it
ass.
out.
You look them up, there ain't gonna be nothing else besides them.
Yeah.
They fucking
Hello.
hello. Is there anything you want to say, man, before you gotta go? Anything you want to promo or anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out Thieves, Be Rich, Neo, of course. I'd like to shout out Third Eye Sharp. You know, there's some pretty cool guys.
Fuck yeah.
Appreciate.
You know, and shout out.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, make sure you guys check out. I mean, whenever it's released, but make sure you guys go back and check out that earlier clip of Joey's song that's unreleased. But let me know down below what you guys think about it. If you guys want to hear the rest of it, never know, it might drop soon. It might catch some fire.
You know, hello.
Tyree, anything you want to say, brother?
Nah, I think we Gucci.
It's been a little bit
That should
since
be
we've
it.
had Tyree on. So it's,
Yeah,
it's good to have
I'm
him.
back. I'm back for a little bit. But alrighty.
All right,
Close
peace
it
out,
out.
everybody.
Deuces.
This was Third Eye View.